there, welcome or welcome back to Oops, I Planted Again. My name is Courtney, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how I pack cuttings for my shop. And I thought this video would be really interesting because I really didn't find a lot of videos on how to do this when I first started my business. And I feel like I am learning as I go and trying out the best methods to make sure that the plants and the cuttings get to my customers in the best way possible. So today I'm going to show you how I pack Syngonium. I have two. Both of these are actually going out, but I'm just going to do one for this video, and I'm going to take you along for the journey. I'm going to put you down at my workstation so that you can see everything, and I'm just going to talk through what I'm doing. First order is going out to Sam, and Sam got the double Syngonium, which is this beautiful one, and already has roots growing. So this is what Sam ordered, and we're gonna ship that out. So the first thing I do with any plant is I give it an extra treatment before I'm shipping, just to treat anything that could pop up. I always treat my plants, I always use preventative just because I think it's important, and I like to have as many precautions as possible. So I basically just spray the leaves, and this is a Captain Jack's mix. I spray the leaves and then I wipe with a paper towel. So that's what I'm gonna do first. So next I'm going to lay down a little bit of plastic wrap, and then I'm going to put moss in it and moisten the moss to wrap the cutting, just so that everything, the roots are protected. And I found that this is the best method to ship. When I first started, I would use paper towel, but I found that a few customers would get them and like the roots just wouldn't look as good as I knew that they possibly could. So I switched over to plastic wrap. And this is just sphagnum moss. It is dry, and that's why we have this spray bottle to hydrate it. And I spray it as much as I possibly can, and then kind of squeeze it out. I want this moss to soak up as much moisture as possible. I like it moist. I think it serves the purpose best when it's moist. So then I just lay the cutting, and I kind of wrap it like a burrito. So I make sure that it's covered, all covered up. And then I kind of pull this down and over. And then this piece kind of goes up like that, and over and over, and then you just continue that wrapping motion. It's easier once you get past the first initial burrito wrap situation. And then it'll look just like this. Nice little shape. And then I'm gonna get tape to secure that wrapped up as well. And there we have it wrapped. Now the next most important part is to protect the leaves. So what I normally use is polyfill and craft paper, but I'm also learning better ways to reuse as much shipping material as possible. So I'm actually gonna go and look for what shipping material I think would be the best to ship this in, because the leaves are kind of delicate. So I have bubble wrap, and I'm working on being more conscious of like reusing shipping material, because I just think it's what I can do. So this is bubble wrap, and I'm taping the cutting to the bubble wrap. I'm just gonna tape right there. And now that is secure. And then I have some polyfill that I'm gonna use to surround the stem and the leaf. So I like the plant to be kind of up and not sitting really flat because I just don't want the leaves to get messed up in any way possible. It's maybe a little bit too thick. But I'd rather overstuff than understuff, in my opinion. So we have polyfill pretty much everywhere, and like I was saying, I'd rather over polyfill than under, just to be as safe as possible. And then I'm just gonna take 1/2, and it's like a really gentle process. That's why the polyfill is so important, and I honestly tend to overstuff because I just want the leaves to be as protected as they possibly can. A little more won't hurt, little more will not hurt. So I take one side and then the other side, and just kind of gently fold that over. And this is loose, but I'm going to wrap it again with some harder material. But this is just the initial wrapping that I'm gonna do for this plant. So you can still kind of see the leaf, which I don't love. So I'm gonna put a little bit, or I'm gonna move the polyfill around because I want to be sure that the leaf is protected as much as possible. There you go. There we go, that's better. But that's also what the bubble wrap is for, as well. Then we're gonna wrap the top. And this is fairly loose, but we're gonna put a harder cover on it. Like I said, I just wanna get that initial like gentle wrapping done, so that everything is like pre-protected. And then I'm going to put a piece over the top, just so the polyfill doesn't fall out or anything. And then I'm gonna wrap the bottom rather tight because that's where the roots are at, and there's no foliage or anything at the bottom. So that is the initial wrap up. So now I'm gonna wrap with a harder material. And this is just newsprint. It's a little bit more stable for this. And I kind of want to add a little bit more polyfill. I like using it because it's just a buffer that I think is helpful, and I'm very concerned, not in a negative way, I really want to make sure that the plant gets there as perfect as I possibly can with, you know, with whatever I can do. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more polyfill. I mean, I have the polyfill, so I might as well use it. Just a little bit more. So I am gonna tape this again to this harder piece of packing material. And then I'm just gonna wrap it. And then we're just gonna put a piece of tape over the top right here. And then I have this special tape that I like to use, and one, it's really pretty, but two, it helps me identify which part of the plant is the top and which is the bottom easier, especially when I'm packing and I'm putting this side up on the box that I ship with. This is my special tape that I like to use. Sometimes I use it on the box, sometimes I don't, it just depends. And that's literally it. And now I'm just gonna show you how I package the box for maximum security. So I actually do have some of these boxes still left from when I first started. I stopped buying them because I can get, I just started getting different boxes, but I still have some of these left. And I actually really like the shape of these boxes, and they pretty much fit everything. But let me double check. Yep, it fits perfect. So I'm gonna tape this shut, and then I'll be able to use my special tape as well. Now it's time to pack the box. So I like to use packing material, then put the plant in, and then more packing material. So I'm gonna use polyfill and drop it in. Like I said, I'd rather overdo it than underdo it. I wanna make sure my customers get their plants as good as I possibly can. So now we're gonna put the plant in here. So that's kind of high. That's kind of high, so I need to use a little bit less material, which is okay. Okay, a little bit. Not that little. Okay. Okay, perfect. Now the plant is secure. Now the plant's secure, and I like to tape the plant to the box as well. So that's what I'm gonna do now. So we have the thank you card now and the care card, and I handwrite in instructions for the care card because I just think it's easier, and a little note on the back of the thank you card, which you can't see, and then I just stick them right here towards the bottom of the box so that it's secure. And then we're gonna put in more polyfill at the top to secure this baby. And like I said, I'd rather overstuff than understuff. And now we are closing this up. And then I put in fragile stickers on this side up. So with this plant and a lot of plants that I've encountered, it's better to put this side up when the box is flat, just to help mitigate the chance of it getting thrown. Because I feel like when I've done boxes like this and put this side up, they really don't care. But it's more likely, I think, that a box will stay like this. So I try to be mindful of that when I'm packing up my plants. So I have two stickers. My friend actually sent me these stickers, which is really nice. So I have this one that is fragile, handle with care, thank you. And then we have handle with care this side up. So I'm gonna use both because I want to. And that's all for this video and packing this plant. I am very excited to send this plant to Sam, and I hope that they enjoy their plant. And I want to thank you for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.